Hello, my lovely Virgos. So let me just start off by apologizing for getting this out so late, but a lot of crazy stuff was happening. I told everybody that my cat ran out of the house, so me and my son were just going nuts looking for him. So that just put us back a little bit. So this is going to be your April month reading. You guys are going to get your mid-month reading in a few days. So you'll have, back-to-back readings. But let's see what is going on. So this will be a general reading. Whatever turns up, turns up. Could be love, could be business, family, whatever. This will be for sun, moon, and rising signs, okay? So let's see what is going on with the sign of Virgo. Past, present, and future. What is going on for the sign of Virgo? For anyone interested in this deck, I'm using the Healing Tarot. Okay, and then at the end, I use the Earth Magic Oracle cards as always. Okay, guys? What is going on with the sign of Virgo? Okay, guys, so the energy that we have here is the Judgment card in the reverse. So there's going to be a situation that you're really just going to take a step back. You're going to look at everything as a whole and tell yourself, this probably isn't a good idea. This is probably something I shouldn't move forward with. We have the Four of Pentacles behind that. So there's something that's making you guys guarded or something that you're just guarded against. Where there's conflict here, something that you're feeling is a waste of time and effort. But by you guys seeing that something's a waste of time and effort, you come out on top. You have victory here. It's just a matter of realizing what it is you're truly dealing with, okay? So the first card going into the past that we have is the Seven of Wands. So with the Seven of Wands here, you guys are really going to be standing your ground through a lot of adversity that was coming at you, okay? And with the Magician in the reverse, there could have been something that you were really trying to manifest that you couldn't at this point, or you could have been dealing with someone who was manipulative. It could have been you guys who was manipulative, or someone that you were dealing with that was manipulative. Anything that I say here in terms of the reading, the energies are always transferable. So I know a lot of people in the comments, for readings I've done in the past saying, no, that wasn't me, that was them. Everything here is transferable, okay, guys? So let's see what's going on here with the Seven of Wands. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. So with this Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, and now we have the World card in the reverse at the bottom of the deck, this could be a reconciliation that you guys have with someone from your past that you were still emotionally attached to this person. It doesn't have to be a lover. It could be a friend. It could be someone that you have fallen estranged from. This could be also someone who is draining your energy, okay? Whether you're being a leech or somebody else is being a leech in your life, you having to deal with that situation. For some of you, it could have been, someone single getting into a relationship. But if this was a relationship that you're getting into, there's definitely manipulation going on here. The next card that you guys have is the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse for your past. With the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, there's something that you've put a lot of time and investment into. You didn't get what you thought that you deserved out of it. So at that point, maybe you're acting very petty. Maybe you're acting extra defensive. But this is just someone who becomes very stubborn, who's upset that they didn't get something that they want. And I always say that the Queen of Pentacles, in my opinion, is the hardest queen to put in the reverse because she's usually the most patient, the most grounded, and can probably take the most, hits in a sense. She's going to go through the most. So when you get this person in the upside down, you really push them to a hard extent. Four of Pentacles, so you guys became guarded towards something. Or maybe somebody was guarded towards you. This could have been being guarded with your finances as well. Maybe not doing as good financially as you're used to doing. Because the Queen of Pentacles is the most financially established queen of all of them. We do have the Ten of Swords in the reverse. So you're coming out of a place where there could have been a harsh ending. There could have been some sort of betrayal. But you're getting over that. This is a chance of healing or you forgiving someone or them forgiving you, okay? But the main, the main energy of the past is resiliency from what I'm seeing. So we have the Nine of Wands here, where you guys are really just standing your ground through all the adversity that is being thrown at you. Okay, we have the Judgment card in the reverse. So, here comes that Judgment card. And you guys realizing that something that you were involved in wasn't the best thing for you. All right, so you leave it behind. Eight of Cups. You're walking away from someone or something that you were emotionally invested in. Okay. Queen of Wands in the reverse. For some of you, maybe it was Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. Maybe you're dealing with someone who's acting like a diva or just was passionately angry about something. Okay. Now, in your present moment, we have the Page of Wands. So for some of you, you could be talking to a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. For others of you, this is an idea. This is a spark that you have of something that you want to build, but this is kind of like the talking stages of it. We have the Three of Cups. So there's something here that I feel is being planned, or someone that you guys are talking to, and something that you feel is worth celebrating, something that you feel good about. It could be a social sort of thing here. But at the same time that you're building something and there's something worth celebrating, with the Three of Swords, there's also something that's disappointing you. So it's kind of like that catch-22 where you left something behind that was bad judgment, that wasn't working for you. You're moving forward. There's things that are building for you, but you're still hurt about something that's happened in the past. With the Sun card in the reverse, there's unexpected information that comes to light where you know that there's something here with the Empress card in the reverse that you either have to end or something that you're not going to move forward with. Why is this Empress card in the reverse? Temperance card in the reverse. So this is just really throwing you guys off balance. Okay. And we have the Six of Wands. So kind of like what the energy was saying. So there's something that you're letting go. Yes, there's pain. Yes, you feel like this is really messing you up a bit. But you get victory by walking away. Okay? You're strong. You're resilient. You get through what you need to get through. And you really stand your ground with this. Okay? With the Eight of Swords in the reverse at the bottom of the deck, you see everything truly for what it is. The blindfold is off. You don't feel trapped anymore. You're seeing it clearly now. All right? And we have the Two of Cups. So for some of you, this could have been a very strong relationship that you had with someone, or something that you were very emotionally tied to. Could have been a very close friend as well. And with the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse popping out here, it was a waste of time and effort. So although you still may think of this person fondly or may still have a strong attachment to them, you know that something here is a waste of time and effort. Okay? King of Wands. So strong fire energy keeps coming up in your reading, guys. So definitely fire signs that you could be dealing with. Now going forward into the future, the first card that you have is the High Priestess in the reverse. So this could be a few things here. There could be things that you know that you're keeping to yourself that you're suppressing. Because with the High Priestess, she's all-knowing, but she doesn't always reveal everything that she knows or that he knows. This could also be a sense of dealing with a person or a situation where there's a lot of red flags, there's a lot of warning signs, but you're not listening to it. It's like you're kind of turning a blind eye to it. So let's see why this High Priestess in the reverse is here. Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. So something that you stop putting effort in, something that's not working, something that's throwing you off, you probably don't feel good within yourself, and you have the King of Swords in the reverse. So whether it's you or someone else, could be an air sign here, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini, someone here is becoming very selfish. Someone here could become manipulative or maybe even abusive mentally, physically, emotionally, verbally. But that's the King of Swords at an extreme. Now, with this coming out, I feel like for a lot of you, it could be the energy that you're taking on after you left behind whatever you felt was a waste of time. But the reason you're taking on this energy is I feel like you were thrown around a lot in a sense. It's like someone was dicking you around a lot, and you're at the point where it's just like, you know what? Fuck you, fuck everybody else, fuck anything that's not going to work for me. Excuse my language, excuse my French. But, I'm not going to allow this to happen. So if you felt like you were a doormat in the past, or you felt like people were kind of just getting the best of you in the past, this is the point where you say, no, I'm done. You're not doing this anymore, okay? And you start to build yourself. You start to work towards something that makes sense. You start to surround yourself with people who have similar ideas, okay? And by doing that, you release the devil, all right? You release whatever here was toxic for you. Two of Pentacles. Is it hard for you? Absolutely. Is it something where you really have to try to, find that balance in your life again? Absolutely. But the biggest victory here, guys, was letting this go. And we have the Chariot. The moment you guys let this go, nothing but blessings are starting to pour into your life. And I say this all the time. I have people come up to me, just friends, and this is something I've noticed in my life as well, that when there is one negative person in my life, it only has to be one. If there's someone that I'm close to or someone that I engage with a lot, it affects a huge part of me. You know, I was always someone, and I pride myself in this because I was just always very ambitious. I was always a go-getter. So I was the type of person that if I was to apply for jobs and they called and said, hey, can you come in for an interview on Friday? I'd go to my parents and be like, oh my God, I got a new job. And they'd be like, no, you didn't. You have to interview. I'm like, no, I got my way into that room, so I know I have the job. And I always got the job. So I just always had that confidence. But when I had someone in my life who was extremely toxic, even jobs that I was overqualified for would not hire me. I was not getting anything. I was losing so much money, friends, and there's just so many bad and negative vibes. So if there's a lot of things going wrong in your life and you know that there's that one person that you're kind of attached to that is just draining the shit out of you, I guarantee you so much will change in a positive way once you let that go. And this is what you get once you do, the Wheel of Fortune. So with the Wheel of Fortune, although you could feel burdened by what you have to let go of, things really take a very positive change for you guys. All right? You start to build yourself. You start to get into a very strong mindset. Okay? With work, you're doing much better. People are listening to you. They're respecting your ideas. And you have the King of Cups in the reverse. So there could be someone that you guys were dealing with, okay, that maybe wasn't being honest. Maybe they're holding on to other people. Maybe for some of you, you were holding on to other people. But you have a new star here that's very, very passionate and going to be very good once you realize that there were secrets here. Okay, King of Pentacles in the reverse. This is probably not something that I would have been, head over heels into in the long run anyways. So let me just chill and let me drop it with the Fool card in the reverse. So I feel like at this point, you're realizing that there's something that has to be let go of, but you're also thinking to yourself, did I even really want this? Why was this in my life for so long, or why did I even allow it to happen to begin with? Okay, so I feel like you guys really take your power back, and it's like if you were very invested in this person or in this job or whatever it is, I think the fact that you realize that you lost so much because of it, you just don't see it the same. You don't have the same regard for it. You don't have the same passion for it. Okay? It's like, what? You were the reason I was losing all of this. So why am I going to sit here and cry? Like, so many good things are going to come in. So, yeah, is it going to be that catch-22? Absolutely. But by you guys letting it go, you're doing very good things for yourself. Okay? So let's see what your card of advice is going to be for the month of April. And again, this is the Earth Magic Oracle card Oracle cards by Stephen D. Farmer. What card of advice does the sign of Virgo need to hear? Okay. Alright, guys, so let's talk about this. A lot of cards fell out, so lately I've been reading this deck the way I read tarot cards, and I think that it's actually very, very beautiful. Oh, I like this. This is so beautiful, guys. Every month when I do these personal readings, these general readings, rather, there's always a theme that I feel fits into every single reading. And the biggest theme that, I've been working with is the five levels of grief, okay, or the five phases of grief. So that's kind of when we realize that there's something really bad in our life, at first we see it, we're in denial. And then we become very angry. And then we start to get, sad and depressed. And then finally we accept it. And then finally, we're able to move on. This is literally what I'm seeing, just kind of in a different order. But let's talk about this, okay? The first card that comes here, or Well, let's talk about the bottom of the deck first, because this is going to be your energy. We have the completion card, full moon, in the reverse. So think of this as the world card in the reverse, okay? Because that's what I'm seeing it as right now. There's something in your life that needs to be completed in order for you to excel and do something big, but you have yet to let it go. Okay, you're in the process of doing it, you just haven't done it yet. Now, there's a promise that you have here with new moon. This is a new start. This is going to be something that you go into that not so much has anything to do with anybody else, but a promise that you made to yourself, something that you've wanted for yourself. Maybe you told yourself, hey, when I hit this age, I want to have A, B, and C. Or once I graduate school, I want to do this in this department. Okay, so there's something that you guys want to do. There's something that you've promised yourself you were going to get to. Okay, the only reason this hasn't happened is because of this. There's something holding you back. The next step to realizing that there's a promise that you made to yourself is knowing that there's someone that you have to release or something that you have to release. So you guys are kind of taking that journey where you're remembering, wait, what was it that I wanted before all this shit started happening? And how do I get this? And you're realizing, I have to end this. I have to release this in order to get this promise. Because what was happening before? This card was upside down, but here we have icebergs submerged. With icebergs, as you guys know, you don't see the majority of the iceberg. You only see like 10% of it, 90% of it is underwater. So there is this sense of suffering that you were going through that maybe people didn't realize the extent of it. Okay, there's a lot that was being hidden. There was a lot that you're probably just letting go. Maybe you were letting people walk over you. Maybe you were letting a situation get the best of you and you knew that you didn't deserve that. Okay, so with this coming up upside down, I'm seeing this as you guys coming out of that submersion, of you guys, finally coming up for air. Seeing it for what it is. So at this point, it's not going to be you just showing 10% of the truth and hiding 90%. This is you letting out that 90% and then just keeping 10% to yourself, because we can't always let the world know every single move that we're about to make. Okay? There's always 2 rules to success. The first rule is never tell anybody, what your full plan is. The second rule, blank. All right? So I know you guys have probably seen that meme, and I love that meme. But so you guys are getting to a place where anything that you felt you were completely underwater, you felt like you were drowning, you're coming out, you're breathing, you're coming up for air. And what do you have now? You have perspective. But not just with everything that was happening. You're seeing it on a big scale. So I feel for a lot of you, you were evolving. Okay, your soul was evolving. Where you're able to take a step back and just see everything. You see the big picture. And kind of reroute the route that you were on. Okay? And then what do we have at the end of this? We have ego communion. So with this card, the communion card, this is in the book that comes with this deck. It talks about kind of that connection that we have to nature, that connection that is naturally there, and not so much with nature in this sense, but with yourself, with source, with the universe. What do you have to do to be at one? You guys come out of wherever your head was, stuck in. You get better perspective. And because you get that perspective, you put yourself in a place that it's like, okay, I understand this, but on a bigger scale. People might not understand my train of thought, but I know what needs to be done. I know that, whatever I was going through was just a tool that the universe may have been using to kind of wake me up a bit. But I feel like you guys are waking up, and now you're more in tune with yourself. You're more balanced with yourself because you see what was holding you back. And you don't want that to happen. So you release that. You get, your head out of the sand and you move forward with something that's going to be good for the soul. So this is very powerful. Once you let whatever this is go, your plan is a go. Okay? So Virgo, this is awesome. Will it be painful? Maybe. But pain is a reminder that we're awake. Pain is a reminder that we live, that we breathe, that we have the luxury of feeling, that we have the luxury of being vulnerable, which I think is a beautiful thing. And I think to be vulnerable means strength. So at this point, if you guys want to move forward and do very well for yourself, don't let yourself be stuck in the past and what didn't go wrong. Okay? You have to focus on what you have control over. We can't control other people. We can't control circumstances outside of us if somebody else is in control of that circumstance. So at this point, you have to ask yourself, what can I change about myself to get here? What can I change about myself to take this in completion and complete it. And then you make that move and you don't look back. All right. So this is really, really awesome, guys. I really, really love this reading. I think it was very beautiful. But I will be out with your mid-month readings really soon. I'm going to start the love readings tomorrow. So we will see what comes out for you guys in terms of love. Now, for those of you that do want a personal reading, there's 2 ways to get in touch with me. I did start a new website called highvibrationswithliz.com. I will put it below in the description. So it's super easy. If you guys have any questions or if there's anything that you want me to read that you don't see, there's a contact me area. So you guys can just send me a message and I'll work with you through whatever you need. I also have an app called InstantGo. So you can call or text me on that app. It's only for iPhone right now. So if you guys if you guys text me a question, I will respond same day, excluding Sundays. I take that day to myself. And then if you guys do call me, if I'm not available, I will let you know when I am available. So there's no need to call 50 times. I'll see the missed call and I'll let you know the moment I'm available, because if I'm a little backed up, that's my last priority. I try to deal with the clients that already have their readings bought, okay? But other than that, guys, I've been letting every sign know that I get a high volume of reading requests, and I pride myself in how quickly I'm able to get such a high volume out, because there's going to be certain places that you can go where the wait time is going to be 3-4 months. So I think the fact that I can get it out in a few days' time, 7 to 10 days, sometimes that, varies depending on what I'm doing that month. I think that it's really good. So when you guys are getting a reading, if it's something that is very, 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 very pressing, please get an emergency reading. That is why I, put them there so you can hear from me very quick. You'll hear from me within 24 hours. Again, excluding Sundays. But yeah, when you guys get these readings, just go ahead, get the reading. Once you get a confirmation email, just know that I have everything. I have all of your information, and just kind of release it. You don't have to remind me. You don't have to say, hey, Lissette, it's day blah, blah, blah. What day and what time is it going to come? I don't even respond to those anymore because I'm always within the wait time at this point. So kind of just buy the reading and then release it. Don't get anxious or anything. Just know that it will come into your inbox at the time that the universe wants it to. But, I always work hard. I get things out as fast as possible. So I just ask you guys to bear with me because I just don't want to spend every day, taking half an hour just to respond to people to see where they are, on the wait list. But other than that, guys, I love you so much. Sorry for the delay, but I will be back with your love readings soon. Take care, Virgo.